Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Neki broadcast. We haven't played in a while. We are absolutely rusty, and we are going to still try to do what we always do, try hard and win. However, we will have to use our heads more than our fingers and reflexes. So, quick look here at what got banned: Sniper, Anti-Mage, Invoker, Pudge, Bristleback, Axe, Medusa, Drow Ranger. Lots of ranged heroes getting banned. Only one Intelligence, and my team is going Silencer, which I like. Especially since a Sniper is banned, and let me see here. No, I can't yet mute this gentleman. Okay, lots of magic damage coming from the enemy team. We have some crowd control and magic damage coming from our side as well. Though a bit less burst. I don't know what to make of this Visage. It's really annoying, I would say. Tiny safe. Again, incredibly annoying. I'm going versus Ursa, Mirana, Sanking. So I'm going to pick something like, I'm not sure, perhaps Wind Ranger. Or perhaps, yeah, I'm going to go with Wind Ranger. The reason why I'm going for Wind Ranger is because I really want to counter this Ursa. So maybe in the past I would have countered the Mirana, simply because Bloodseeker is a better mid, but I'm really scared of this Ursa simply because he will simply PK in and start killing us, right? Yeah, at least I can pop my ultimate and start doing work. At least make him think about simply, blinking in. Make him have second thoughts. Make him be a bit wary. Now, I do have lots of targets, so now I do have also this. So it's going to be difficult no matter what, no matter how I play it, it's going to be difficult, and this absolutely obnoxious gentleman is going to get a mute and report. I don't know which one, Raisin I believe it was. I think Tiny has no fault. Anyway, they're both muted for good measure. You should always be respectful to your team, otherwise you are not going to get ahead. It's all about team in this game. Alright then, so rusty and trying to make this Wind Ranger work, which is, again, I think I might have made a mistake. I think I might have let myself get influenced by this obnoxious music, and the reason why I'm saying a bit of a mistake simply because Wind Ranger is not one of my signature heroes. It's not something that I would be very comfortable with. However, if I do manage to get to that mid-game stage, it is a relatively straightforward hero to play. You look for the target, you basically do the focus fire, and that's it. So I have a question here from Pre-Letak. How Dota works. Well, I can do a series on how Dota works, but it's just we unfortunately don't have time now, so I can tell you it's all about basically killing the opponents, right? Killing the opponent's tree, and then yeah, it's it's a very simple goal, but then it branches out incredibly. So I could perhaps make a video in the future, so point taken there, but I can't actually do that now. It's just way too much to talk about. Alright then, so we are going mid versus this Shadow Fiend. So we are trying here to get more last hits than him, which is going to be absolutely hideous. A hideous sight. He's going to do whatever he wants. I will have to be reliant on this power shot, and I would have to be basically annoying there and try to steal these last hits from him. I'm saying steal because, to be completely fair, there's little I can do, especially after he gets his souls. He is just incredibly strong at last hitting, so it's one of the least opponents that I expected middle, and yeah, I'm gonna have a very difficult time. So basically what I want to do, I want to try to slow him down. It's not going to happen, I can tell already. Look, he's absolutely getting everything there. I'm kind of forced to use my power shot for last hits rather than last hits and harassment. Again, you see he's using his spells there. Okay, I wanted to really resist that urge to do the power shot at level 1. Really wanted to wait for level 2, simply because it does more damage, and you see now my mana is almost depleted. But it's just frustrating seeing him getting last hit after last hit. So in case you're not familiar with Shadow Fiend, in case you are a beginner in Dota, Shadow Fiend, the more last hits he gets, the more bonus damage he gets. So the more you let him last hit, the better he will become at last hitting. It's an absolutely obnoxious hero to play against, and all he has to do is basically okay, now he even wants to kill me. He's becoming incredibly courageous. So basically all he has to do is get a blink dagger, and after that blink dagger he can simply jump into team fights and ult. That's all he has to do. Especially at these levels, he will be phenomenally disruptive in team fights. People don't know how to play around him. They just cast their spells. I'm just going to mute this gentleman as well. He's also being incredibly obnoxious. And yeah. Anyway, so all I can do here is basically dance around until I get my level 6. Yeah, it's incredibly, I mean, look, 4-2. It's a joke, basically. Not the best mid hero there is, but yeah, we'll have to basically try to snipe something. And I was a bit too early with my power shot, and yeah, it's not looking good, to be completely honest with you. And alright, let's see what's going on the map. So Mirana level 2. Again. Oh god, look at the damage. Something afoot there. Oh, alright. Just leave my support alone. You know, I'm not being very successful mid. Might as well help my support there. There's nothing to focus on middle. Unfortunately, these power shots are my only source of income at this moment in time. You see Mirana is even waiting for I don't even know what she's waiting for. Ah, she even got my word. Yeah, horrendous game. Alright, so middle is lost. I can already declare that. I mean, after not playing for so long, what would I, you know, I wouldn't have expected anything less. But there's still hope. Alright, so let's see what's going on here. We have a word that we can kill for some XP and for some gold. You see this word here, and it gives us gold and XP, so we should definitely go for it, especially since we are low on both XP and gold. Yeah, I missed that, of course. Again, you really have to be crisp with these power shots, and I'm anything but crisp with my power shots. Oh god, all I want is some boots and a rune. I'm going to have to guess the rune simply because I have no vision left mid, whereas he does. He can bully me, so basically he's so far ahead now. Look, he even has full mana. He can bully me at this moment. Wherever I go, he can just follow me and kill me. I can't even do that simply because he has pushed the lane. All I can do is basically call miss and hope that my team listens to it rather than feed him even more. Alright, so this is where I need to act. Fortunately, he is acting before me, so definitely he's ganking somewhere. He must be somewhere with invis. I'm just going to try to go around. Yeah, see, he was doing some shenanigans over there. Now I'm going to try to guess that there are some runes left over there, because obviously I would be able to heal. And I would be able to get some mana. Oh, there is one, thank god, at least that. And now I'm going top, so let's kill top. Okay, there's Ursa here, so perfect. Perfect. Can I catch Ursa? Excellent. That was relatively alright. Yeah, getting the tower, losing the tower is terrible. Though, there's nothing I could have done anyway. Oh god. I mean, my team tried to protect it, but one more attack there from Lion and we would have been able to deny it, at least deny the income. Anyway, I'm going to go back because I'm always on low mana and I don't seem to be getting my runes. Look, this guy is basically feeding at this moment in time. He's a good guy, don't get me wrong, but he is feeding. So let's see where I can make myself useful, because I've been anything but useful at the time. I mean, up to this moment in time. Perhaps top. Let's go top. Okay, let's go top. No! Just save me, man! Oh, God. Well, that's the problem when you use Windrun for attack and when Silencer is basically absolutely clueless. So, yeah. That's the problem. So that's basically me feeding Ursa instead of countering him. So Silencer was very busy listening to music. So already this game is becoming ridiculous. So that is something we did not need. That was something we could have done without, honestly. So we can't afford to make these mistakes at this moment in time. It's just not going to fly, so we need to collaborate. They have really much stronger heroes than we do. I just don't understand that visage. I just don't get it. What's it bringing to the table? And I just don't have space to do anything middle. They should be ganking mid, but they ganked while I was away, which is an unfortunate time to do so. Yeah, you see that arrow? Don't fall for it, because it's 100% death if you do. Try to open your eyes, be reactive, and you see reactive there. I see something happening, so I'm going to go and help my team. No, what's there? Okay, Lion is blocking me. I'm not sure if he is aware. Where is he? Ah, of course. not? Frustrating, frustrating, frustrating. We're not going to win this way. And this tiny carry, whatever he is, it's not going to do much. I can already tell. Let me see, what can I do at this moment in time? Just go for pure damage, close my eyes and go for pure damage. Visage, of course, died. He picked a hero he cannot play. A hero that doesn't counter anything at all. Okay, let's see if something happened here. Okay, so at least that. So this is how it should work in theory. So you basically stun him, and then you you cast Focus Fire, and then Ursa should die. Well, I don't know why he ulted there. It's a complete waste of the silence. Mirana is not a high-profile target. Makes no sense. I don't have anything there, mate. Oh no, of course I had to eat it. If anything, it's a bait, right? We can use it as a bait. So, alright, again, I'm seeing what's happening there in the corner of my eye. I need to be aware, simply because staying here and farming is not having great impact, right? I'm already behind versus a hero that farms much faster than I do. I do need some farm, definitely, all heroes do. Okay, what's happening there? Crystal Maiden is being obnoxious as usual. Let's see, are they coming here? They're not coming in full force. We are 3 versus whatever. Okay, he has Shadow Blade, so we're just gonna lose to Shadow Blade, I can assure you. So this is how games are lost in this bracket. 1 Shadow Blade and then the game is lost. No counterplay whatsoever. Just lose. So okay, that was the Shadow Blade. Anyway, it's not looking good. Again, simply because although my middle was kind of failed, and I did fail. I mean, I did not feed. I did fail, but I did not feed. Whereas top lane completely 100% fed. So it's not even about Ursa. It's about their whole team. Their whole team is fed. We are behind, and yeah, we're not going to be able to come back from this. It's impossible. Okay, so I'm going to try and de-word here. Okay. Yeah. Now it would have been a good time to silence before they cast all their spells. So yeah. Anyway, perhaps less music from this silencer and more focus would have gotten us into a better position, I would assume. Anyway, an absolutely horrendous game. Really sorry. I got to cast this simply because I did not even have time to prove how to play Wind Ranger. I mean, there was one fight, how to play Wind Ranger versus Ursa. We are just getting demolished everywhere. Obnoxious teammates, especially this silencer. And yeah, Tiny as well. When you see Tiny short lane, you know something is wrong. I mean, perhaps it works in the international. Feeding per attack means that you... Oh my god. Alright. So feeding means that you are basically unnecessarily dying. So unnecessarily dying means... it ultimately means that your opponents get experience and gold, because whenever you die, there is an experience and gold bounty to the enemy team. So for example, this what's it called, this lion died here, whoever killed him, for example this Sand King, got some experience and gold. So when you get experience and gold, when the enemy team gets experience and gold, they can use this gold to get buy better items. Those better items make them stronger, make them more efficient killers. So they get to kill your teammates more, they get more bounty, more gold, so they can buy even more powerful items and make them even better killers. So it's basically you are feeding them resources, right? So if you are going to lose in lane due to the fact that you have a bad matchup, you know their hero counters you, then you should at least try to play in a cautious manner, so that, okay, you get less resources from killing these creeps, yeah, because your opponent is much better at controlling the lane. So yeah, you lose some resources anyway, but you don't take unnecessary risks to also die and give your opponent extra resources, right? So yeah. So for example, what I did there perhaps was, well, it wasn't feeding because I was behind, right? I was in between two towers, so I was in a very strong defensive position. It's just we are so far behind that they don't really care about these details anymore. They have so many resources from feeding on my teammates that they can simply go wherever they want, take whatever risks they want, simply because risks are so much more diminished when you have so many resources in the bank. So yeah. However, in the beginning stages, when resources were equal, when everybody had 0 resources, for example, let's say this Visage lost the lane, right? He can't really play his hero, he can't really last hit, he can't really outmaneuver his opponents, right? So there was no reason for him to take unnecessary risks to hit creeps, because when he did that, right? So this is the power of... This is the power. This is the power of Wind Ranger versus Ursa. You saw there, if things were a bit equal, right? I could have done that all day. But things are not there too far ahead, so the normal hero counters don't work as usual. Anyway, so in this game, I would say, unfortunately, this game is a support game. So because of this Mirana, so Mirana would always ult, and when Mirana ults, the enemy team becomes invisible. If enemy team becomes invisible, they can move freely, they can surprise you, they can do all sorts of surprise attacks, right? And then they can get lots of kills, lots of resources. And the only way to counter that is to place these sentry words. These sentry words detect invisible units, so you are able to... Oh god. Detect invisible units, so you are able to see them, nevertheless attack them, deal damage. So I could be placing words, and you saw I started kind of placing words, didn't go out too well, simply because that's not my role. I shouldn't be doing that. My time is otherwise better invested. And you might say, oh, if you're going to die, then you have no time, right? So you might say that. That's fine. But you know, if supports are the ones wording, then you still avert the danger, and at the same time I can focus on getting items to counter this Ursa, which is a real problem. As you see, he just hits 2 or 3 times and then he kills people. Alright. It's going to jump right in, right back in. Somebody's ulting there. See, they are invisible, all of them. So we have to be careful. Sit next to towers or sit next to these sentry wards so we can see them. Somebody is going to jump tiny. Now we could fight because the ultimate expired, so they don't have the inherent advantage of being invisible. So now it would be a good time to fight, actually, because Mirana's ultimate has cooldown. Anyway, I am going to finish my... I don't think it matters at this moment in time. I do think this game is lost, but it's a you know, great chance. Even losing games, they're a great chance of basically practicing the hero mechanics, right? So for example, my stun shackle shot, it's kind of a skill shot. I basically have to place myself in such a manner such that my opponent and an opponent behind him form a line. It was very important that I ulted there. Without my ult, he wouldn't have died. He would have simply stunned away. That's a very elusive hero, right? So Sand King, incredibly elusive hero. So you might say, oh, you wasted your ultimate, you wasted a cooldown. You might be half right. Oh, this Mirana. Okay, probably we should be out of here. We're not going to win that. And yeah, of course, our barracks is getting absolutely demolished. Anyway, it's not a best game to... Oh, what would it take here to make a comeback? I would say, I mean, look at the right kills to deaths, 31 and 8. If these numbers start, the difference between these numbers starts becoming smaller, then you might say that you are making a comeback, right? But I doubt that would happen. What is that? Oh no. Problem is this Ursa, right? So I was the perfect counter to Ursa, but we are so far behind, it doesn't really matter. So I would say, you know, you don't have to actually go. Let's say if let's assume we don't die at all. If we don't die at all, I would say if we kill that full team like 3 times at this point, that would mean comeback for us. Yeah, no way I'm escaping that Ursa. Later on I can get 2 charges, I believe, so that's why I'm really good versus Ursa. I'm really quite a comfortable hero versus Ursa. But not this game. This game we are so far behind. There's not even a reason for me to buy back here. Maybe after this Visage comes back, maybe then. But I'm not 100% convinced. Where am I? Where am I? Yeah, anyway, doesn't really matter. I just hope they finish this game as soon as possible. Might even stop the stream at this point. I plan actually on stopping the stream and starting a new one, simply because I like the fact that you get a separate video for each game. I don't like to have like 3 or 4 games in the same video. Anyway, that's just this doesn't matter here. So that's basically the Crusader spirit. Just click forward. You need those sentries, right? You need to do reactive play. You need to see what the team is doing and what you're doing wrong. Stop doing it, right? For example, again, this visage is just absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, so terrible game. I didn't do very well mid, but side lanes lost and fed, so that's what really destroyed us. So I shall see you relatively soon with a new stream.